Okay, this is the seat recline removal on a 94 E36. 4 16mm bolts take the seat loose. You've got this wire harness here that you have to take loose. It's just important to know this one just pulls off. You just squeeze these ears and slide it off. This one you need a little pick to remove a little thing there. There's no pyrotechnic or any of that. Use a T47 to take the seat belt loose. I actually took the seat, angled it, almost had the seat out of the car before I tried to get to that. Just used a 3/8 inch on that. Come over here, here's the seat. I used a hoodie to protect the seat, laid it on a blanket. I've already removed both of the motors. These use T25s. I zip tied them up out of the way. Here is the gearbox. This is the top to the gearbox. These are T20s that take this loose. You can also go down when you're taking these out and use T20s to give you some more clearance once you get the things loose. Here is the new white gear, and it goes on this little worm gear, and what you have to do is you have to press it on. So I just put some duct tape over an old brake pad, use the little screw hole on the face of my vise. Anyhow, put that up there like that, tightened it up until I got the shaft even with the end of the gear, and then I'll use this air chuck in here in my vise so that I got a little hollow space for the tip of this shaft to come on through, so that this little teeny E-clip right here can slide back on to hold the gear in place. The other thing that's important is in this little gearbox here, right back here in the back, where this is going to reside when I put it back in like that, there is a thrust washer back here. It just looks like a little watch battery. You can't hardly see it here because it's dirty grease. I'm going to take that out and clean it, but just don't lose that little thing. So basically I'm going to button this up. I'll put the this other little worm gear down in here, and I'll put that together. I'll grease everything up really well, put it back on. So it's very straightforward, but if your recline has stopped working, it's probably this little white gear has fractured. The other thing that's important is when you're pulling all this out, the seat's gonna give a little bit, so don't let it freak you out. But the other thing is the white gear, when it breaks, just be sure to look down in there and make sure there's no little gear parts laying around that are going to cause this gear to break again. And that's pretty much it. It's a pretty straightforward job. Like I say, you need a T47, you need a T25, a T20. I use this little pick right here to get, if I can find that this little wire connector here. When I was taking it out, you can see that little hole. You just stick it in there and kind of prise it, and I'll use a couple of zip ties to put everything back together. And I've done it on the other seat and it worked fine, and I presume the same thing here. So that's it. Thanks.